Good morning. I'm here again with Village Voices, and today we're going to show you around the police department. But I'm here with Chief Rossi, and he's going to show us around the department. Here's the entrance to the police department, including some of our interview rooms that he can talk about.
We have three interview rooms, so if residents or citizens come in and they want to speak to an officer, they can meet in here privately, and the officer will take their information, and if a report needs to be completed, they'll do it here. We can move into the police station from here. Administrative commander, Commander Rossi, is in charge of the building, the fleet, make sure that the cars are operational. We have a lieutenant in charge of training, development, and review. They are responsible to make sure our policies are up to date, all the training that the officers complete. They do internal affairs if there's any complaints on officers.
And one of the things, Chief, to bring up there with complaints on officers, and I know this isn't the case necessarily everywhere, but we investigate every complaint, even those that come in anonymously, correct? Right.
So throughout my tenure, we've always investigated any complaint, whether anonymous, telephone. And ever since the Safety Act, now it's mandated that you do that. But we had done that prior to the Safety Act even coming out, so we've been doing it for, as far as I know, in the last 30 years. So the investigation division consists of 8 case detectives, a commander, a lieutenant, a sergeant in our TRU unit, or technical response unit. We also have a school resource officer up at Sandburg, a DARE officer, and a special victims unit detective.
And one of the important things I think about investigations to call out is, everyone has heard, and if you haven't, you can hear it here, that the last 6 years is the lowest crime we've had in the last 30 here in Orland Park, and we all know what's going on in Cook County, and that Kim Foxx hasn't actually prosecuted people, and we still have kept crime low. And one of the big reasons, from my perspective, and I think the chief will agree, is we close cases with our investigations division like nobody's business, and that's why it keeps crimes low, because criminals know if they do something here, they're going to get caught, and they don't want to get caught.
So this area here is our tactical response unit. There are our undercover guys. Phenomenal results we've gotten. We've recovered numerous firearms. They're a very active unit. They do numerous arrests, and again, they do a phenomenal job when it comes to that.
And what's great about this is it's back to the proactive. Yes, we close cases, but it's also proactive. And so now criminals know they're going to get caught potentially here, even if they're here not committing a crime. If they've committed other crimes, we'll find them and we'll catch them. And it's this unit that does that. And it really has had a massive impact on keeping our crime down and driving crime down. We've seen the results.
Here's our roll call room. So the officers would come here to start their shift. The day shift gets here at 6:35. They have what we call a beat sheet, and it is an information sheet that tells the officer who's working, what beats they're assigned to, what areas they're assigned to, what car they have, what special equipment they take, so they know who's on the street with them, along with the computer to tell them. So most important part of the police department. They're always on the street. This is the supervisor's office. We have 3 lieutenants, one in charge of days, afternoons, and midnights.
And one of the things I'm looking at here is I'm looking at the camera boards, and we want to explain to our residents kind of what we're able to see here.
Sure. So what we have here is these are our tornado sirens. Make sure they're all operational. Here we have our track stars. Basically keeps track of where the officers are at. Their squad cars. We know where, if they're on a call, we can monitor where they're going. Supervisors can see, make sure that they're responding. This is our mobile system. It lists all the officers. If they're on a call, you can see we have officers that are on personal injury crashes. And this is our camera system. Inside the building, anytime we have a prisoner, the supervisors will make sure that they put up the lockup. So it's not only the supervisors have it back here, it's also we have a lockup keeper, which we'll get to later on. We'll show you the lockup, and then also this is put up in dispatch, which we'll show you later on also. So there's multiple eyes keeping an eye on our lockup area to make sure that everything is operating properly.
So you handle the traffic division. So we, obviously I get a lot of complaints about people cutting through and things like that. And of course, cutting through we can't do anything about because it's a public road. But when we do get complaints about speeding, what are the things that we do here to go monitor that situation and address it?
Sure. So there's a couple of different things that we do. We have some speed spies, they're called. It's like a box with a radar, so people don't even know it's there. So that's the most accurate way to find out if there's actually a speeding problem on the street. I'll keep them up for a week or 2 weeks. Once we get the results, I'll put them into the computer, and if there's a problem, I'll make a traffic detail there, or we'll just put the radar trailers up there that actually show people's speeds, so it helps deter the speeding in the residential areas.
It is something we do check.
Absolutely.
And it is very consistent. And then also when we do go to a detail, who do we end up writing the tickets to?
It's 90% residents.
90% residents, usually people that live right on those streets.
Exactly.
So if you're seeing a speeding problem, talk to your neighbors and tell them to slow down, because that's really what we're seeing most of the time, right?
So this is our CSO office. Well, Aaron's in charge of our community service officers. So community service officers do traffic control, they do parking tickets, they monitor parking at all of our businesses, parking in fire lanes, handicap parkers, special events, directing traffic, make sure
And
we get flow.
Aaron, most of them are young, and a lot of them want to be police officers, right?
Right, yes, yeah.
And so they're out there doing work, and they're learning how the job works, and some of the more maybe mundane parts of the job work, right? So you guys do a great job.
best.
Yeah, you guys do a great job.